Hey everyone, it's Iz. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my July wrap-up video. I read 5 books this month, which might not seem like a lot of books to some people, but for me that's quite a lot. Usually I only read like 1 or 2 books a month, so that's pretty good. I'll just list them in order of when I read them. And I hope you enjoyed the video. The first book I read this month, which I did on the very first day of July, and I actually tried to do a 24-hour readathon, trying to read this book, because I thought I would be able to finish it within 24 hours, which did not happen. But that book is The Foxhole Court by Nora Sakavich. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but that's the first book in the All for the Game series, which is one of my all-time favorite book series. I really love it so much, and I think I reread it for like the 3rd or 4th time now, so I really enjoyed that book a lot. The book is about Neil Johnston, and in this book, in this world, it plays in like our normal world, except there's this sport called Axie, which is basically a combination of hockey and lacrosse, I think, and it's a fictional sport, of course, but that's like a really big part of the book. It's actually a like sports-based series, I guess. Anyway, this boy Neil, he is like pretty good at Axie. He's been playing that since he was young. But his father is a butcher, and his men are after him, so he's always running and hiding and things like that. So Neil tries to stay out of like the spotlight, and he tries to be as invisible as possible, until one day a coach from the Palmetto State Foxes Axie team comes to his current school, and they want him to join their Axie team and like to go to their college and stuff like that. And Neil just can't refuse, basically, because Axie is his entire life. He doesn't care about anything except for Axie. So he goes there, which is not the best decision if you want to hide, because it's like there's championships and stuff like that, and they're on the news and things like that, so it all creates a whole thing. I'm not gonna say anything more because that would be spoilers, I guess, but that's basically what the book is about. It's a really good book. It does have a lot of like tough topics and stuff like that. There's a lot of heavy things that happen in the book, so I do suggest that you check out a content warning list or something like that, because I could give it to you myself, but I don't want to accidentally forget something or not think something could be a trigger for someone and then not name it and then be the reason someone ends up being triggered by the book. So if you do want to read it, I do suggest that you first check out a list of triggers and then see if you can read the book for yourself. And if you do, then I really hope you do enjoy it a lot too. And it's really one of my favorites, so if you ever want to talk to me about it, please do that. Please leave a comment or come find me on Twitter or something and just talk to me about this, because they're my babies. I gave that book a 5 out of 5 star rating on Goodreads, which I did like, I don't know, 3 years ago when I first read it, but yeah, it's just one of my favorites. The second book that I read is What If It's Us by Becky Albertelli and Adam Silvera. This book is the perfect summer read. I'm so happy that I read it in summer and that I started reading it while I was in Spain, and it was just so perfect for that. The book is about Arthur, who's in New York for the summer as a internship because his mom had to go there for her law firm or something like that. Anyway, he's just in New York for the summer. Then he's gonna go back home again. He meets this boy named Ben at the post office, and basically they just immediately like each other, but some things happen and they lose track of each other. I'm not gonna say anything else because once again that would be spoilers, but it's such a cute read, and it's really lighthearted and fun with still like some little angsty parts, which keeps it very interesting, and it's just a great book. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, not because there's like any problems that I had with it. I just it's not one of my all-time favorites, so I didn't give it 5 out of 5 stars. Then the third book that I read is A Fire and Stars by Audrey Coulthurst. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. As you can tell, I'm very bad at pronouncing people's names. But this book is a high fantasy book. It's very good, and it's also like a LGBT book. It's about 2 girls falling in love. It's about a princess called Denalea, and since her childhood she's been like planned to marry this prince from another kingdom. So when I think she's like 16 or 17 or something like that, she moves to his kingdom and she has to like live there and stuff like that. In the meantime, she has an affinity for fire, like she has magic, but that's very dangerous because the kingdom that she's started to live in now, magic is forbidden in that kingdom, so she needs to hide it as best as she can, which is pretty hard because I mean magic doesn't really do what people want anyway. So she's really struggling with that and like trying to hide that and trying not to I don't know, cause any chaos or something like that. And then while all of that is going on, she has to learn how to ride horses, because that's something she never learned, and the kingdom really relies on that very heavily. They have war horses and it's really a big part of who they are. So she has to get riding lessons from the prince's sister, the princess of the kingdom, and she's called Amarantine, I think that's how you say it. Anyway, she's really intimidated by her, but slowly they start to get closer. It's a really good book. I really loved it so much, and it was so nice for me to finally have a fantasy book where the main couple was not just a heterosexual one, because there's like more and more contemporary stories with gay couples and gay people and stuff like that, but it's not really a thing in fantasy yet, and if it is, then it's usually a side character or a side couple or things like that, and here it's really the main couple, and that's really amazing, and I really enjoyed that a lot. Besides that, the book has also just a great plot. Like, it's so interesting and it really kept me engaged in the story, and I really wanted to read it so fast, and I actually did read it pretty fast, for me at least. It only took me like, I don't know how long, but like a few days, and it's just a really good book, and with lots of like plot twists, and the world is really nice and things like that, so it's really a good book. I also gave that one 5 out of 5 stars. Then the fourth book that I read this month is Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. I gave that book 5 out of 5 stars too. I don't think I'm gonna tell you what the book is about, because I don't want to give any spoilers for anyone who hasn't read Strange the Dreamer, because that's the first book in the series duology. I don't really know, I think it's a duology at least. But anyway, so it's a sequel, so I don't want to give away any spoilers, but it's so good and heart-wrenching, and with like, I really loved the book from the beginning, like from the first pages I already loved it, but just the further you get into the book, it just kept getting better and better and better, and I love it so much. The world is amazing. I can't even describe how much I love the world of this series. I wish I could like live there. And it really, I got so shocked at some points in the book. I really do think I'm gonna do a full book review of this, and like I'm gonna go into more detail about the book there and give more like spoilery thoughts and stuff like that, because I really need to get all my emotions out about this book. But for now I won't do that, because I don't want to spoil anyone or ruin it for anyone that still needs to read it. But just, I highly recommend to read Strange the Dreamer and Use of Nightmares after that. Then the fifth and final book that I read this month is actually a book that I listened to on audiobook. And I'd never done that before, so it was a new experience, and I really think I read the perfect book for that, because that book is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book is written in a interview kind of way. It's a oral history of this fictional band in the late 70s, and it's about their rise and their fall and why they split up, because no one knows about that. They haven't ever given any explanation for that, and this book basically gives the explanation. It's them telling their story and about how they got together and everything that happened with that. And it's so captivating. I don't know a better word to describe it. It's just so captivating. It just kept me wanting to listen to it the whole time, and I really want to like re-listen to it already or get the book and read it like that. It's just a great story. There's so much intricacy and like plot twists that you don't see coming at all. I cried towards the end of the book. It's phenomenal. I also really enjoyed listening to an audiobook. It was very great, and I really enjoyed it because this was all dialogue. There's not any like anything else but that. It's just people talking. So I really think it works well on an audiobook. So if you wanna listen to one of those, I highly recommend this one. I give it 5 out of 5 stars, of course, and I'm so devastated that it's not a real band and that I can't listen to their music, and like that they're just not real people. They're just not real. I don't know how to cope with that. I finished the audiobook this morning, and it's hurting me so much. But it's a absolutely amazing book, and I really do recommend it a lot. So that's all that I read in July, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be making like full reviews about some of these books. Definitely Muse of Nightmares. I'll probably do one that combines Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares, or do 2 separate ones for these, because I'm not sure yet about that. Depends on how long the video gets. I don't want to like make a 40-minute video just because I'm reviewing 2 books in the same video basically, but I'll definitely make one about that, and I am planning to make one for Daisy Jones and the Six too, because I just need to talk to people about my feelings. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment with, I don't know, anything you want to tell me, any books you read this month, or if you did read these books already, share your thoughts with me, what you thought of them, screenbook me about them. It would mean a lot if you could like the video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you want to see more. If you don't, that's okay too, of course. Everyone likes different things, so if you didn't like the video or aren't interested in seeing more, then of course you don't have to, but if you do, then please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!